Hodgson, because the Leicester City manager Brendan Rodgers is there in the Zoom call. Ian Stringer will interview him now.
Brendan, hi. Ian up in the press box. I hope you're able to hear me. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Ian.
Yeah, just about. I can't wait until we don't have to speak to you on Zoom calls, Brendan, because I've done my crossing. Congratulations on a 2-1 win. Very different to the West Brom game. You kind of kept West Brom at jab's reach, but you hit the canvas and picked yourself up to win this one. A different kind of win. As pleasing or more pleasing?
Not equally as pleasing. A different type of game. We obviously went behind in the game and playing against one of Roy's teams that are super organised, very compact, very tight, sit deep. Then there was going to be a real test for us to break through that block. We just said at half time about keeping our calmness, just circulating the ball that fraction faster. We knew the space was on the sides. Could we then work it to there and then combine centrally? And I thought obviously the goal early in the half, it was a wonderful goal. So that then sets the tone for us. And throughout the end of the half, I thought what was really pleasing was that the patience that we kept in the game, trying to keep probing and passing, and we ended up, we scored 2 goals, and with a bit more finesse we might have had another couple of goals. Johnny makes a really important challenge for us, which is as good as a goal. But overall, to come back, 2 goals of real high quality, and we had that hunger and desire to get the 3 points.
Must take a lot of maturity for your players to trust the process, Brendan, which clearly they did in the second half, and clearly you instructed them to at half time, but stick with it. They did. That in itself, does that show a bit of maturity?
Yeah, it's that mentality, and I said at half time, it's our chance to show that we're an improving to being a really good side, because you don't panic. We've made a mistake for their goal, so we have to accept that. And now we stand and fight, and that's what the best teams can do. So in order to do that, you got to keep your composure. And I thought then second half we worked the ball really well, and got to get into some really dangerous positions, and now look a really good side second half.
Brendan, I'll speak to you about Kelechi's goal in a few moments' time, if you wouldn't mind. But we were all left breathless by Johnny Evans' 69th minute tackle. That was a beauty and an example, surely, to young defenders watching on, listening in, following the game of football. Not only never to give up, but the timing of the tackle, the determination, that seemed to kind of inject a bit more into your team and picked up the rest of your side. That was a top-class tackle and as good as I think I've seen this season.
Yeah, he's a top defender. He's one of the best centre-halves in European football, and he's playing the most competitive league. And his reading of the game, reading the situations, he's such a colossal player for us. How he knows how we want to play the game, but ultimately he's a defender and he wants to defend. And that there, just reading of the situation, it's that inbuilt brain for football that he has, and that's what being a top-class defender is. You see, he's obviously his ball also for the second goal. Plays a great deep pass for Kelt, into an area that we wanted to find. And but now all round, he's a sensational player, Johnny, and the tackle just summed him up how good he is.
And then Kelechi Iheanacho, Brendan, your man in form, 14 in 14. A word on his finish, but I'm interested to know in his dry spell, in the times where I think even in this reverse fixture, he had a penalty save, didn't he, Kelechi, and seemed so low on confidence. At those times, how do you as a manager keep that faith in that player that you know's there, you quite clearly know and have coached that in, but how difficult is it to keep that faith and keep it going into the player that it's there, it's going to come out, and you're happy and got the faith to stick at him because he'll deliver, and he quite clearly is now?
I just think it's belief in the talent. He's clearly a talent. I think it's a great comparison. If you look at that game at Crystal Palace up there around Christmas time, he missed a penalty. His confidence it wasn't at the highest level. And but you look a few months on now into April, and he's a different player. You know, with the form that he's in, the quality that he has. I just think he has the talent, and he's having the opportunity now. In fairness to him, I've said it before, we've played a different system, which has meant that he's come into the games more, and he was still effective, but never quite got the run. We've obviously had to design the team around the injuries we had, a bit of common sense, putting in attacking players, and he's come in and been absolutely incredible, really. 14 goals, I think it is, in 14 games, and all different types of finishes. So, and tonight the goal was, wow, what a strike. So absolutely delighted from the team and a real collective win for the guys this evening.
Finally from me, Brendan, I know that fourth isn't necessarily guaranteed a Champions League spot. It might ultimately be third, and lots of things need to happen in Europe, and that's unknown. But I wonder, are you looking over your shoulder at those below you fighting for that Champions League spot? Or at this stage, are you looking up to second and wondering whether you can overtake Manchester United?
Yeah, I've always been that way, Ian, so I always look forward and never behind. So always try to catch who's in front of us if we can. Still 5 games to go. Tonight we equalled our points total for last season. So improvements we want to make, and I think it's clear that the team have developed and matured this season. So yeah, it's now we can recover with 3 tough games in 9 days there, 3 great victories for the guys, different types of wins. But now we can recover and get ready for another really important game on Friday.
Congratulations, Brendan. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Ian. Thank you.
Let's go to Gary Cottrell, please.
Brendan, hello.
Hi, Gary.
An annoying question. 9 points above Spurs. Looks like you're going to be in the Champions League next season. Looks like they're not going to be. Does it surprise you then that your name's been linked with the Tottenham job?
To be fair, Gary, it's not something I've thought about. My concentration is with football. My only focus is here with Leicester. We had a great win tonight, and we'll recover now and get ready for our next game.
They're described as a bigger club than Leicester. That's obviously people's opinion, but they're not a better club or a better team at the moment.
Well, that's obviously for you to report.
Thank you.
Great. Tom Clancy, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Tom.
It was a very physical game, particularly in the first half. A lot of challenges that were probably right on the line. What does it say about your team's mentality that they were able to overcome that particular test and still go on to win the game?
Yeah, well, I think you see it with Crystal Palace. They're such a dangerous team. They've beaten a number of the big teams. They've got players of real individual quality. And like you say, the profile and stature in the team is that they have real physicality. So you have to match that. And then your football idea hopefully comes through. So it's a great victory for us in every way, to come from behind, show the mentality, that desire and hunger to win the game, as well as the quality. Overall it was a really important, and I was delighted with the 3 points.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Let's finish with Jordan Blackburn, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Jordan.
You mentioned there about matching last season's tally. It sounds like it's something you've been keeping an eye on. Does it feel like a momentous win in that case, reaching last season's tally with 5 games to go?
Not only in the fact that they were constantly looking to improve. I think that we obviously were aware from the last result that 3 points in the next game takes us level. So each year you're always looking to improve if you can. So I think we've improved as a team in terms of our maturity and our football, and now we've matched the record. We want to go on, and I say the record we've matched last season, so we can gain more points in the next 5 games. Then that clearly shows that we're developing from the scoreboard's perspective as well. So yeah, it's important to constantly improve. It's what you're always looking for as a coach and a manager: development, improvement. And I get great joy in seeing these guys getting better every day, and hopefully we can finish the season well to cap off another good season.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, Jordan.
Okay, one more for John Percy then, please.
I'm in the UK.
Hey, John.
You touched on it in the last game, West Brom, just on Wesley fasting. I mean, he's played the whole match tonight and he looked first class again. What's been the sort of training program that he's been going through, and the level, the effort and everything that he's put into this? Because it's quite remarkable, isn't it, to play like that at such an age?
Yeah, against an opponent who's a really tough opponent in Wilf Rutsaha, he really tests you. But you see strength and mental strength tonight. He's a young player that I absolutely adore. He defends forward, he's aggressive, can pass the ball. He's frightened of no one. But in this period, he's had to show real mental and physical strength. Like you say, he's eating at totally different times, and obviously the 8 o'clock kickoffs make it really difficult because he's not having any fluids or food throughout the day. So, but that's the sacrifice he makes for his faith, and like I said before, it gives him strength. And so to do all of that whilst competing at the very top level in sport, it's a huge testament to the boys' capabilities.
Great, thank you very much, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Good evening.